So in a study topic, what we discussed yesterday, we talked about the pile installation and pile driving. What are the various methods? How we can drive the piles at the construction site. So for that, different types of hammers are there. As you know, that the drop hammer is there, single acting hammer, double acting hammer, diesel hammer, vibratory hammer, jetting techniques. So all the techniques we can use for driving the piles. And how we can determine the load carrying capacity of the pile. That means either we can calculate the allowable load or ultimate load. So for that, different formulas are there, different methods are there. And normally four methods I have shown you in the PPT. The first one is the dynamic formula, and the second one is the static pile load formula. The third one is the pile load test and penetration test. See, pile load test is nothing but it is the static load, we can say. A static formula can be developed using the pile load test also. But pile load test, if you will see that I can share the PPT. I am having the PPT because I taught this topic in the year 2018. So now it is not written in the syllabus. That's why I'm not teaching the pile load test, but it is easy. Here also we have to draw the graphs in between the load versus settlement in the pile load test. How much load how a pile can take the load, how we can calculate, how much it can take the load. So we have to, we can go for the dynamic formula. Dynamic formula means we are going to use the driving, we are driving the piles. When we are going to driving the piles, you can see that the height of the hammer, weight of the hammer, all things we are considering the dynamic formula. So dynamic means driving work is there. We are using the hammer for driving the piles. Whereas in case of a static pile load formula, we have to push the pile. And that's why this also comes under the static pile load test. Pile load test, separate one test is also there, though where we can develop the formula, static pile load formula. But here we have to understand the theory. See, the dynamic formulas are also important for the numerical point of view. A static pile load formula is also important for the numerical point of view. So I will actually tell you that in the last of this chapter, pile foundations, that what are the numericals, and I will spare one. Actually, I will use one periods for solving the numericals also in the next week. So now we shall see we can see this figure. A static pile load formula. See, a static means pushing force we are going to apply. You can see here various types of nowadays these loads are applied. But some people are using the irons. Some people can use the sandbags also, and that you can increase the sand. You can put the sandbags one by one. Suppose you are going to put 2 ton, 3 ton, 4 ton, 5 ton, like that. So load versus settlement, we are going to plot the graphs, and this is the PU is nothing but the ultimate load. So suppose you are going to get the graph like this way. So what we shall do, we shall draw a tangent here, again one tangent here, and then we can find out the ultimate load. So this is the just I have shown you. This is the part of the pile load test. It is not required here, but this is the concept actually, we can say how we are going to develop the static pile load formula. So we see here, wherever we are going to push the pile inside the ground, right? What is going to happen? Two things are there. The periphery of the piles will experience the friction forces due to the soil. Friction forces, it is written there, when a compressive load Q is applied at the top of the pile will tend to move vertically downward relative to the surrounding soil. Relative to the surrounding soil, definitely this soil is going to create the friction along the periphery of the piles. So, रोकना उसको चाहेगा, friction resistance create करना चाहेगा. So this will cause shear stresses to develop between the soil and the surface of the shaft. क्योंकि जैसे जैसे आप पुशिंग फोर्स अप्लाई करेंगे, स्टैटिक लोड अप्लाई करेंगे, तो क्या होगा, शियर स्ट्रेस डेवलप होगा। शियर स्ट्रेस डेवलप होने का मतलब यह है कि द पाइल्स विल स्टार्ट गोइंग इनसाइड द अर्थ, because due to the compressive load, due to the static load, or due to the pushing force, the pile is going inside the earth, and the shear stress is going to be developed. Due to shear stress itself, it is going downward. So this is the things we have to understand. Next, as the load at the top is increased, the entire length of the pile is involved in generating the friction resistance. That means once you are going to apply the load on the top of the pile, gradually we are going to apply the load gradually, and the pile is also moving downward gradually, but the friction is also going to work along the periphery of the piles. पाइल्स के चारों तरफ जो सरफेस है उस पर फ्रिक्शन काम करेगा मिट्टी के चलते, और उसको वो रोकते, उसको कंट्रोल करते हुए फोर्स बढ़ा रहे हैं, शियर स्ट्रेस डेवलप हो रहा है, देन द फ्रिक्शन रेसिस्टेंस को ये ओवरकम करते हुए it will go inside the earth. So let us see, two things are there, and we have already studied the frictional pile and the end bearing piles. दो चीजें यहाँ काम करती हैं, हम लोग कैसे कैसे इसको आगे बढ़ते हैं. This is the ultimate screen friction resistance of the pile QF. QF is nothing but it is the friction resistance in the form of a load generated along the periphery of the pile, which is known as ultimate screen friction resistance. एक और चीज हम लोग को यहाँ जानने की जरूरत है कि कोई भी पाइल जब साइट पर टेस्ट करते हैं तो उसके पहले हम लोग किस तरह के स्ट्रक्चर बनाने जा रहे हैं, उस स्ट्रक्चर से कितना लोड हमको उस पाइल पर पड़ने वाला है. तो हम लोग जो टेस्ट शुरू करते हैं, एटलीस्ट 20% ऑफ द स्ट्रक्चर लोड वी शैल स्टार्ट अप्लाइंग ऑन द पाइल. पाइल पर अप्लाई करना शुरू करते हैं हम लोग. सो एक्चुअली ज़्यादा डिटेल्स जो है पाइल लोड टेस्ट में भी दिया हुआ है, कैसे हम लोग पाइल स्टैटिक पाइल टेस्ट करते हैं, लेकिन यहाँ हम लोग को ये इस स्टैटिक पाइल लोड फार्मूला में उसकी यहाँ जरूरत नहीं है, बट कॉन्सेप्ट इज दैट कॉन्सेप्ट ओनली वी हैव टू अप्लाई हियर. So QF, I think QF is clear. What is QF? Is it clear? QF, what is QF? QF is the frictional resistance working along the periphery of the pile. Once you are pushing the pile inside the earth, the friction resistance will work along the periphery of the pile. Is it clear? समझ में आ रहा है ये? QF क्या है?
Yes, sir.
This is the QF. QF क्या है? Friction resistance along the periphery of the pile. So next point we shall see, when the load exceeds, because you are gradually applying the load, you can see here, this is the load. The load can be increased gradually, and this is the pile on which the load carrying capacity we have to determine, and gradually the load is going to be increased. Further load also we can put by the crane. So you can see here, when the load exceeds QF, then it is transferred at the base of the pile. जब क्या होगा, शुरू में हम लोग जब पाइल्स को पुश करते हैं, स्टैटिक लोड देते हैं, तो पहले तो पाइल्स के चारों तरफ जो मिट्टी है उसको वो रोकना चाहता है, उसको अंदर जाने नहीं देता है. लेकिन अगर मान लीजिए जब वंस इट स्टार्ट्स गोइंग इनसाइड द अर्थ, देन द बॉटम द लोड इज गोइंग टू बी टेकन बाय एट द बेस ऑफ द पाइल. तो पाइल का बेस जो है रोकना उसको चाहेगा, पहले सराउंडिंग सॉइल उसको रोकेगा, देन एट द बॉटम विल आल्सो try to the load will go to at the bottom of the pile, or at the base of the pile, we can say. This load, known as the point load, goes on increasing till the soil at the base of the pile fails by punching shear failure. That means what? जैसे हम लोग पाइल्स पर लोड जैसे जैसे बढ़ाते जाएंगे, पुशिंग फोर्स बढ़ाते जाएंगे, तो पहला क्या होता है, फ्रिक्शन रेसिस्टेंस को ओवरकम करते हुए नीचे जाएगा वो. उसके बाद जब फ्रिक्शन रेसिस्टेंस ओवरकम करेगा तो दूसरा उसका है हिंड्रेंस क्या मिलेगा, दूसरा उसको रेसिस्टेंस प्रॉब्लम्स क्या मिलेगा, वो बेस उसको रोकेगा, नीचे का बॉटम ऑफ द पाइल वहाँ रुकावट आएगी. लेकिन और भी अगर आप ऊपर से हम पुशिंग फोर्स बढ़ाते हैं, स्टैटिक लोड बढ़ाते हैं, देन व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन, तब वो उसको पंच करते हुए नीचे की तरफ वो आगे बढ़ेगा. सो दिस इज द कंसेप्ट विच यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड इन द स्टैटिक पाइल लोड फार्मूला. नाउ वी शैल सी फर्दर. The maximum load which the pile can support through the combined resistance of a skin friction and point bearing is known as ultimate load carrying capacity of a pile, which is denoted by QU. यानी कोई भी पाइल्स हम लोग पढ़े थे कि फ्रिक्शनल पाइल्स, इंड बियरिंग पाइल्स, लेकिन पाइल्स जो लोड लेता है वो दोनों को मिल करके लेता है। एक फ्रिक्शन रेसिस्टेंस चारों तरफ काम करता है, वो भी लोड लेता है, वो भी स्ट्रक्चर का लोड लेता है थ्रू द पाइल्स। और एट द बॉटम ऑफ द पाइल, जहाँ पाइल रुकता है, वो बॉटम पर भी उसका लोड लेता है। इसलिए what we can say here, the friction resistance plus the end bearing, both are going to take the load of the structure, and accordingly we can determine how much load it can carry. That we have to find out here. So now we can see, so what we can write, the ultimate load QEO is the load carried at the base of the pile. Point PU means ultimate load at the base of the pile or at the point of the pile, and plus QF, the load carried out by the resistance which occurs along the periphery of the piles. So total load taken by the pile will be the addition of these two loads. We can say like this. Is it clear? समझ में आ रहा है? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we can see, यहाँ थोड़ा लॉजिक समझना हम लोगों को. Suppose QPU is greater than equal to QF. The pile may be called point bearing pile. That means no friction is going to work along the periphery of the pile. Suppose soft soil is there, right? So in that case, or clay soil is there. So QF is not going to work along the periphery of the pile. In that case, QP will be very, very high. That means the whole load of the structure can be carried out by the point load only. At the base of the pile, the load will be carried out. So what is written there? QPU is greater than QF. The pile may be called as the point bearing pile. And if QF is greater than the QPU, it is called as the friction pile. So we can understand here that QF is greater when it will be greater when suppose at the base no barriers are there, no hard strata is there, no rocky layer is there. So in that case, the load will be carried by the pile only due to the friction which works along the periphery of the piles due to the soil. So this is the concept we have to know actually. Next is there. What is the general formula? See, we can remember the Terzaghi theory. As I told you in the beginning, Terzaghi formula, QF is equal to CNC plus gamma D NQ. Gamma D is also called as surcharge load. Gamma D NQ plus 0.5 gamma B and gamma. So this is the general formula. Based on that formula, the Meyerhoff has also developed the formula for the shallow and deep foundation. Brinch Hansen has also developed the formula how we can determine the bearing capacity of footing or bearing capacity of soil, both we can say. IS code method has also been developed by the same formula. So here, what we are going to say that the QPU is nothing but ultimate bearing capacity carried out by the pile. The general formula, the general formula, we can use this one. QPU is nothing but this is the ultimate bearing capacity at the base of the pile. QPU is equal to CNC. वही उसी फार्मूला को हम लोग इस्तेमाल करते हैं. CNC plus sigma bar NQ plus 0.5 gamma B and gamma. See, 0.5 gamma B and gamma, this is the third component, which we have seen in the Terzaghi theory. This is the second component, and this is the first component. So, in the case of shallow foundation, what we have studied, below the base of the footing, some background sound is coming. One can mute themselves. Yes. So we have to listen, we have to understand clearly here. The third component, in case of shallow foundation, what we have studied, that below the base of the footing, a wedge zone is going to be formed in case of shallow foundation. So this part also we are going to use there. But normally in case of deep foundation is nothing but is a pile foundation. So pile foundation is 30 meter, 40 meter, 50 meter long, it may be there. So below the base of the pile, or we can say at the below the bottom of the pile, this component is not going to be developed. So that's why this part is rejected, cancelled. This part, the third component, we are not going to use here. And Here, sigma bar, as I told you in the, we can also write gamma D and Q. So gamma is the density of soil and D is the depth of the footing, which we have studied in the shallow foundation. Here, in case of sigma bar, we can write gamma L also. Gamma L is nothing but length of the pile. जितना पाइल आपका, चूंकि 30 मीटर तक पाइल आपने गहरा ड्राइव किया है, तो 30 मीटर का जो बगल का जो मिट्टी है वो सरचार्ज वेट का काम करेगा आपका। तो गामा डेंसिटी लेंगे हम लोग, और डी के जगह डेप्थ ऑफ हम लोग लेते थे शैलो फाउंडेशंस में। हियर वी कैन टेक द लेंथ ऑफ द पाइल, पाइल कितना हाइट लंबा है, ऊंचा है, उसकी लंबाई को हम लोग सिग्मा बार की जगह लेंगे इसको। सो फर्दर वी कैन सी हियर बी इज द width or diameter of the pile, sigma bar effective overburden pressure at the tip of the pile. Tip of the pile means at the bottom part of the pile, bottom part. The pile may be circular, the pile may be rectangular in plan or the square in plan, we can say. So equal to gamma d. So sigma bar is equal to gamma d in case of shallow foundation. Here gamma L will be there. तो यहाँ हम लोग gamma L भी लिख सकते हैं. So what it says further, we can say here that the NC, NQ, and gamma are the bearing capacity factor. C is the unit cohesion or undrained cohesion भी कहते हैं इसको. L is the length of embedment of the pile. Length कितना, embedment means up to what length, how much length of the pile is inside the soil. कितना मिट्टी में जमीन के नीचे हमारा पाइल है, उसी को कहते हैं length of embedment of the pile. Gamma is the effective unit weight of the soil or density of the soil also, you can say. So now we shall the next things. So in deep foundation, which we are discussing now, pile foundation is also a deep foundation. The third component is quite small. That's why quite small compared to the second component. Second component में आप देखिए, जो हम लोग shallow foundations में हम लोग लिखते थे gamma D लिखते थे second component में, लेकिन यहाँ gamma L लिखते हैं क्यों? L is the length of the pile, we can say. So this part is very, very small compared to this one. So we are going to cancel or neglect this part, the third components. So what we are going to do, once you are going to reject or cancel the third component, then our formula for the base for the bottom of the piles, कहीं देखिए piles जो है, piles दो तरह से लोड लेता है. एक लोड लेता है फ्रिक्शन रेसिस्टेंस के चलते और दूसरा लेता है बॉटम पार्ट के चलते. तो बॉटम पार्ट मान लीजिए अगर सर्कुलर है तो आप उसको एज्यूम करिए सर्कुलर फुटिंग. शैलो फाउंडेशन में कैसे हम लोग क्यूएफ निकालते थे, तो वहाँ क्यूएफ के जगह यहाँ क्यूपीयू लिख रहे हैं हम लोग, क्योंकि पीयू इसलिए लिख रहे हैं कि पीयू इज द पॉइंट, क्योंकि ये पॉइंट के रूप में काम कर रहा है. पाइल्स जो है पॉइंट के, लेकिन सम डायमीटर इज देयर एट द बॉटम ऑफ द पाइल. So QP is equal to, now the formula is going to become for the C and phi, C phi swell is CNC plus sigma bar NQ. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we shall see further. एक step wise हम लोग को समझना है. It is not difficult. It is very easy. And the numericals are also asked. We shall also solve some numericals. So you can see this formula is for C phi swell. Now we have found this formula for C phi swell. If you are going to drive this pile in a granular soil, in that case C will become 0. So this formula will become, this QPU will become sigma bar NQ, like that we can write, because this part is going to become 0. So this will be equal to this much only. Now we can see here for clay soil, we are taking undrained cohesion. Undrained cohesion means you test, you have carried out, you have collected the soil sample, and you have found out the values of C, which is called as CU. So for clay soil, the C is equal to CU we are writing, and phi is equal to 0. So phi, for the phi is equal to 0, the NQ value is also equal to 0 actually. आप देखेंगे टेबल बियरिंग कैपेसिटी फैक्टर का phi 0 पर NQ का वैल्यू 0 लिखा हुआ है, NQ NC N gamma. So NQ is the function of phi, therefore it is also 0. So what we can write for clay soil, QP is equal to CUB NC, ये थर्ड इक्वेशन. तो हम लोग क्लियर हो गया कि QPU का मतलब कि बियरिंग कैपेसिटी एट द बॉटम ऑफ द पाइल we can write for the granular soil this much, and for clay soil we can write this much. ये समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं?
Yes, sir.
यस, तो ये कॉन्सेप्ट हम लोग को याद रखना, आगे जरूरत पड़ेगी इसकी कि QPU जो है ग्रेनुलर सॉइल के लिए हम लोगों ने QPU, दिस इज द स्ट्रेस, एक्चुअल दिस इज द स्ट्रेस। QF हम लोग जो निकाले थे, QF वाज द अल्टीमेट बियरिंग कैपेसिटी, वाज नथिंग बट ए स्ट्रेस। So stress is equal to this much for granular, and for the clay soil it will be this much. So these things, two things we have to remember for granular and clay soil. Now we shall proceed further. See, as we know, the load is nothing but stress is equal to load by area. So load is equal to stress into area. So capital QP we are writing for denoting the load taken एट द बेस ऑफ द पाइल, पाइल का बेस पर जो है कितना लोड ले रहा है। जैसे अब शुरू में हम लोग फॉर्मूला देखा था कि QU इज इक्वल टू QPU प्लस QF, दैट मीन्स द लोड टेकन बाय द पाइल due to at the base of the pile plus due to the friction resistance which normally occurs along the periphery of the pile। तो दोनों के चलते तो अल्टीमेट पॉइंट लोड जो है कितना हम लिख सकते हैं, QPU in case of this granular soil, QPU is equal, QPU is equal to QPU, that means load carried by the base of the pile. We can write how much stress into area of the area, cross section area of the base of the pile, AB। QPU जो क्या होगा, QPU जो है आपका पाइल से अगर मान लीजिए सर्कुलर है तो सर्कुलर का एरिया हम लोग ले लेंगे, और वहाँ कितना स्ट्रेस QPU हम लोग जस्ट ऊपर में निकाले हैं अभी सैंडी सॉइल के लिए और क्ले सॉइल के लिए निकाले हैं, तो स्ट्रेस मल्टीप्लाई बाय एरिया। सो हाउ मच लोड द बेस ऑफ द पाइल और द बॉटम ऑफ द पाइल कैन टेक, we can find out by this equation. Is it clear? AB is the area of the cross section area of the piles, we can say, which is available at the base, we can say also at the base. So AB is the section area or the cross section area at the base. So so this is QPU, and for QF, that means the resistance QF you can write this is in the form of a load. Fs is nothing but the friction resistance working or acting along the periphery of the pile multiplied by surface area of the pile, AS, ठीक है। तो QF is equal to Fs into AS, and QPU is equal to QPU, a small QPU plus AB. So total load is equal to this plus this we can write. So how we can write, you can see the formula. So this formula will be Q is equal to QPU AB plus Fs into AS, यानी कहने का मतलब बेस पर कितना लोड, हमारा बेस कितना लोड लेगा, बॉटम कितना लोड लेगा, और फ्रिक्शन रेसिस्टेंस जो है चारों तरफ जो पाइल के चारों तरफ काम करता है वो लोड कितना लेगा, दोनों मिलकर कितना लोड लिया उसको हम लोग ये कैलकुलेट करते हैं। तो दिस इज द लोड कैरिंग कैपेसिटी ऑफ ए पाइल, वी कैन से। क्लियर? इज इट क्लियर? यस,
Yes, sir.
now we shall go ahead. So some idea is here we have to understand. For piles in granular soil, the design is based on effective stress analysis. What do you mean by effective stress analysis? Total stress of, already people have studied in geotechnical engineering. Total stress, effective stress, pore water pressure. If you are going to subtract pore water pressure from the total stress, you will get the value of effective stress. And we can also use the triaxial shear test apparatus. Triaxial shear test apparatus we can use. We can, by using the UU test, we can find out the total stress. By using the CD test, we can find out the effective pore water pressure also we can find out. So pore water pressures, the total stress minus pore water pressure, effective stress we can find out. So what it says that for piles in granular soil depends upon the effective stress system. That means we should use phi dash or C dash values, not C or phi values. So we can see here the next point. In clays, if you are going to drive, you are going to install the piles in clay soil, the total stress analysis concept is required. That means we can go for UU test. We can collect the soil sample from the site using the boring method. The soil sample can be analyzed for the total stress, means a UU test you can carry out, in which the load capacity is related to the underend shear strength CU, that we can write CU, and here we can write C dash like that. or phi dash, because the granular soil C dash will be 0, and so we can write out the phi dash. Now we can see, however, some researchers and investigators believe that even piles in clay should be designed using the effective stress approach. Some people say that if you are going to drive the piles in the clay soil, you should also use the effective stress approach. But here we have used the total stress approach in clay soils. So piles in clay, I think the previous slides said, whatever the formula, the main formula we have discussed, how we can calculate the QU, total load being carried out by the piles, we have seen in the previous slides. Now, the formula is also going to be partly changed here. Piles in clay. Suppose you are going to install the piles in clay. So then what will be the static pile load formula? We can see here. So in clay soil, definitely Cu5 will be 0 because it is a clay soil where you are going to install the piles. So the equation, the previous equation can become like this way. We have already seen this figure, this the formula, sorry. हम लोग फार्मूला ये देखा ना ऊपर में.
Yes, अभी देखा था.
हाँ, जस्ट फार्मूला हम लोग देखा, Q is equal to the total load is equal to the load taken by at the bottom of the pile plus load taken by due to the friction resistance working along the periphery of the pile. So now we can see here in clays, we have also seen earlier this stress is at the bottom of the pile is equal to this much, and it has also been found that the friction resistance which is working along the periphery of the pile is equal to alpha into Cu. इसके बराबर होता है, ये देखा गया है. अल्फा इज नथिंग बट इट इज एडहेशन. एडहेशन का मतलब क्या हुआ, जैसे टू डिसिमिलर मटेरियल यू आर गोइंग टू फाइंड आउट द फ्रिक्शन एंगल फॉर टू डिसिमिलर मटेरियल. द पाइल इज देयर, सॉइल इज देयर, so in that case alpha we can use, and C we are using only for the same materials for soil. So the Fs can be written like this way. So this formula is going to be changed in this form. Q is equal to CUB NC. CUB, why we are writing CUB? Because undrained cohesion at the base of the pile. That's why its name is CUB. Or NC is equal to bearing capacity factor with respect to cohesion. So AB is also there, cross-section area at the base of the pile, or in place of Fs, we can write alpha Cu into As. So this formula is very, very important for solving the numericals. That also we shall see at the time of solution of the numericals. So CUB undrained cohesions, as I told you, at the base of the pile or at the bottom of the pile. See, NC is equal to bearing capacity factor for deep foundation. So यहाँ deep foundation word लिखा हुआ है, तो आप लोग को ये ध्यान रखना होगा, ये न्यूमेरिकल्स के लिए याद रखना पड़ता है. लिखता है कि सर्कुलर पाइल्स है, स्क्वायर पाइल्स है, तो आप याद रखिए कि NC की वैल्यू डायरेक्टली 9 ले लीजिए वहां पर. दिस हैज बीन प्रपोज्ड बाय द स्कैम्पटन. So suppose you are going to drive the piles inside the earth. So definitely in case of friction piles में क्या होता है कि अगर मान लीजिए सॉफ्ट सॉइल अगर 20 मीटर तक है और आपको पाइल्स ड्राइव करना है 30 मीटर, तो अगर जब तक हमारा हार्ड स्टार्टा हो सकता नीचे हार्ड स्टार्टा अगर मान लीजिए रॉक नहीं मिलता है, अगर कुछ लेयर ही हार्ड मिलता है कोई चीज का, तो वो कितना अंदर तक उसको ड्राइव करना चाहिए. what it is written here, the pile must go at least 5D inside the bearing stratum, where D is the pile diameter or width, we can say 5D. हार्ड स्टार्टा के अंदर 5D तक हमको ड्राइव करना उसको. Alpha is the adhesion factor, which I told you for the two dissimilar materials, and Cu is the undrained cohesion. So now we can see the one table has been given for pile material. Suppose you are going to install the pile which is timber or concrete or steel. You have to also know the constituencies of the soil, whether soil is at the site is soft, medium or steel. For steel also this it is like this. So Cu वैल्यू भी दिया हुआ है, आप इसमें से ले सकते हैं. डिफरेंट पाइल्स के लिए, डिफरेंट सॉइल के लिए Cu की वैल्यू भी चूज कर सकते हैं और अल्फा की वैल्यू भी इस टेबल से आप चूज कर सकते हैं. तो ये चूज करके आप इक्वेशन में डाल सकते हैं, depending upon the type of soil, depending upon the type of piles, we can see. So now we shall see here piles in granular soil. So just now we saw the formula piles in clay soil. Now piles in granular soil, what formula we have to use, we can see here. Granular means cohesionless soil also we can see. And as I talked in the previous slides, that the granular soil normally effective stress approach is used. That means C dash is definitely it is a granular soil, so C will be 0 or 5 dash we can use here. So what it says that the ultimate load capacity of a single pile driven into a granular soil is obtained by the equation this one. ये बहुत शुरू में हम लोग स्लाइड में देखा हम लोगों ने क्यू पी इजिकल टू सिग्मा बार एन क्यू हम लोग ग्रेनुलर सॉइल्स के लिए ये हम लोग फार्मूला देखा है इसको. So so the bearing capacity factor I think we have also seen for the circular and square footing. वो क्ले के लिए हम लोगों ने देखा है. एक चीज याद रखिए कि वहाँ हम लोगों ने जो वैल्यू यूज किया एनसी का वैल्यू यूज किया है क्योंकि कोहेसिव क्ले के लिए फार्मूला डेवलप किया था तो वहाँ एनसी का वैल्यू सर्कुलर स्क्वायर केस में 9 लेते हैं. अब यहाँ पर हमको एनक्यू की जरूरत है. ये सब फार्मूला हम लोग शुरू स्लाइड्स में देख चुके हैं ऑलरेडी. तो एनक्यू हम कैसे यहाँ पता करते हैं इसके लिए एक चार्ट दिया हुआ है. द चार्ट वी कैन सी हियर the how you can use the chart. Suppose the you know the angle of internal friction. That means if you know the values of phi for the different type of soil, so for different researcher Meyerhoff, Brinch Hansen, Skempton, Basic, Terzaghi has drawn this graphs. तो जैसे मान लीजिए आपका जो सॉइल है उसका फाई की वैल्यू 30 डिग्री है मान लीजिए. तो आप ऊपर जाइए और जाने के बाद मान लीजिए कि इफ यू वांट टू यूज द टरजागी वैल्यूज और मेयर व्हाट विच वैल्यू यू वांट टू यूज तो यहाँ पर आप पॉइंट्स लेकर के फिर हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन ड्रॉ कीजिए और जहाँ पर जो वैल्यू आता है दैट वैल्यू विल बी इक्वल टू द एनक्यू वैल्यू. सो एनक्यू का वैल्यू हम इस चार्ट से भी निकाल सकते हैं. नाउ वी कैन सी फर्दर एक ये है कि वी कैन ऑल्सो फाइंड आउट द वैल्यूज ऑफ क्यू एफ डायरेक्टली. क्यू एफ इज नथिंग बट क्यू एफ इज इक्वल टू एफ एस इंटू ए एस. ये हम लोग देखा है ऑलरेडी कि क्यू एफ इज इक्वल टू एफ एस इंटू एफ. क्यू एफ इज नथिंग बट द लोड विच इज गोइंग टू बी कैरिड आउट along the periphery of the piles. The load of the structure which is going to carried out due to the friction working along the periphery of the pile. So QF is it has been converted in the form of a load. So load is equal to the friction received in the form of a stress in the surface area. So how we can find out here? And skin friction is nothing but the Fs which is working along the periphery of the piles along the surface of the pile. ये पाइल है आपका और बगल चारों तरफ से मिट्टी भी है तो मिट्टी का वर्टिकल कंपोनेंट नॉर्मल स्ट्रेस इस पर सिग्मा एच काम कर रहा है और डेल्टा इज दी नथिंग बट इट इज द एंगल ऑफ कोफिशिएंट ऑफ फ्रिक्शन और एंगल ऑफ फ्रिक्शन इन बिटवीन द टू डिसिमिलर मटेरियल्स पाइल एंड सॉइल. यहाँ पर डेल्टा काम कर रहा है, एफ एस ऊपर की तरफ काम कर रहा है. That's why it is called a positive friction. We are also going to talk about the negative friction today. So positive friction means the friction which is working in upward direction. So definitely the upward direction friction is always better for taking the load of the structure which is going to be carried out by the piles. So आप देखिए यहाँ लिखा हुआ है कि the unit skin friction for a straight sided pile, this is the pile is a straight, depends upon the soil pressure acting normal, say the sigma h to the pile surface. The pile surface is this one, and the coefficient of friction delta between this soil and the pile. This is also angle of friction in between the two dissimilar materials. So Fs is working in upward direction. अब यहाँ पर हम लोग देखें कि हम लोग जैसे ऊपर से वर्टिकल प्रेशर भी काम करता है, सॉइल ऊपर से भी प्रेशर यहाँ लग रहा है. जैसे हम लोग गामा एल हम लोग डिस्कस किए तो ऊपर से प्रेशर भी पड़ रहा है सॉइल का, साइड से भी प्रेशर पड़ रहा है और बीच में पाइल से ये पाइल हम लोग ने पुश किया है, इसको स्टैटिक केस में पुश किया है और ये अल्फा डेल्टा एंगल पर ये नॉर्मल स्ट्रेस काम कर रहा है. तो नाउ वी शैल सी द फर्दर व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन हियर. सो नॉर्मल स्ट्रेस से to the vertical, you can see the soil normal to the vertical pile surface is horizontal pressure sigma h काम कर रहा है और suppose this is a vertical stress, vertical pressure which is working in downward direction surrounding the pile. पाइल के चारों तरफ ऊपर से मिट्टी काम कर रहा है और horizontal pressure normal pressure यानी horizontal pressure sigma h काम कर रहा है. So we have already studied in earth pressure that horizontal pressure by vertical pressure is called earth pressure coefficient. हम लोग पढ़ा है ना इस चीज को कि अर्थ प्रेशर कोफिशिएंट किसको कहते हैं, के किसको कहते हैं, के कहते हैं सिग्मा एच बाई सिग्मा भी, यही कहते हैं ना हम लोग. यस बोलिए. सो एम आई ऑडिबल?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So see, sigma bar here, sigma bar is nothing but it is the vertical pressure which is going to be generated by the soil along the periphery of the pile. ऊपर से मिट्टी का जो दबाव काम कर रहा है, सिग्मा भी है कह सकते हो आप, सिग्मा भी, और ये सिग्मा इज नॉर्मल काम कर रहा है. तो सिग्मा एच डिवाइडेड बाय सिग्मा भी इज इक्वल टू के. हम लोग पढ़ चुके हैं, अर्थ प्रेशर चैप्टर में पढ़ चुके हैं.
Yes, sir. Pressure coefficient.
हाँ, तो अर्थ प्रेशर कोफिशिएंट इसको कहते हैं. तो हम लोग इस तरह से लिख सकते हैं, सिग्मा एच इक्वल टू के इंटू सिग्मा बार भी लिख सकते हैं हम लोग इसको. तो एफ एस इज इक्वल टू सिग्मा एच इंटू 10 डेल्टा कैसे लिखेंगे हम लोग, चूंकि फिगर हम लोग देखे तो और एक बार क्लियर होगा. फिगर मैं साइड में दिखाया हूं इसको, पहले फिगर देखिए. You can see the Fs is working in vertical direction, in upward direction. So tan delta is equal to this P by B. B is the sigma h and P is the Fs. तो Fs is equal to कितना होगा? Fs by sigma h is equal to tan delta. लिख सकते हैं ना, tan delta या एंगल बन रहा है. सिग्मा इज नॉर्मल स्ट्रेस है और ये Fs इसके ऊपर वर्टिकल काम कर रहा है. तो tan delta is equal to P by B, Fs by sigma h. So Fs is equal to sigma h into tan delta. We can write like this way, right? Fs
Yes, sir.
को लिख सकते हैं और sigma h already we have written here के sigma bar.
Sigma bar.
We can also write like this way. Alpha delta is the angle of friction between the pile and the soil or two dissimilar materials. So QF is equal to, we can see QF is equal to, हम लोग फार्मूला देखा है कि friction resistance working along the periphery of the pile multiplied by the surface area of the pile. So here average is written. Average का मतलब क्या हुआ कि different points पर piles के surface के different points पर हम लोग जो है Fs की वैल्यू हम निकालते हैं इस इक्वेशन से और उसका एवरेज ले देते हैं. तो उस एवरेज वैल्यूज को ही हम लोग यहाँ एवरेज लिखते हैं इसको. सो के सिग्मा बार एवरेज into 10 delta into AS. So QF we can use this formula. ये फार्मूला का भी इस्तेमाल होता है. So sigma bar is the average effective overburden pressure. Overburden pressure means the soil which is working in the downward directions and available surrounding the pile. या मिट्टी इधर भी है, इधर भी मिट्टी, ऊपर से जो वजन काम कर रहा है. So now we can see here, Broms was a researcher. He has recommended some values of K and delta. What value he has recommended? Suppose you are going to use the pile, a steel pile at the site, or concrete pile at the site, or timber pile at the site. You can find out directly using the table. You can find out the values of delta directly. So delta will be equal to 20 degree. It is in 20 degree. This is 0.75. 5 का मतलब जो सॉइल का टेस्ट आप किए हैं और 5 का जो वैल्यू आई है आपकी, उससे मल्टीप्लाई कर दी तो डायरेक्ट वो डेल्टा के वैल्यू बताएगा कंक्रीट पाइल के लिए. तो लाइक दैट टिम्बर पाइल, फॉर टिम्बर पाइल आल्सो वी कैन फाइंड आउट दिस. द ब्रोम्स हैव आल्सो गिवन द वैल्यूज ऑफ के फॉर डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ सैंड, बिकॉज वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द ग्रेनुलर सॉइल हियर, सैंडी सॉइल. But IS code method, what it says that in IS code, if you are going to see the IS code says that directly we can take the values of delta equal to 5. Whatever the 5 value we are going to get for the granular soil, that will be equivalent to delta. The IS code says like this. But for driven piles, if any pile is going to be driven, not a static, in that case, K value we can take in between 1 and 3 like that. So this is all about this static pile load formula. Now we shall go to the next topic, that is the negative screen friction. It's very simple also. See, negative screen friction and positive screen frictions. When the friction is working in upward direction along the periphery of the pile, we can say that the positive friction. If the friction is going to work in downward direction along the periphery of the pile, we can say it is the negative friction. That friction is going to not help us. Actually, that negative friction is not going to help the piles to take the load. It cannot take the more load if negative friction is there. And how the negative friction is going to occur? If suppose soft soil is there or clay is there. For example, you can see here, if the height of hill, HF is the height of, this is the clay or this is our pile, and here sand is there. Definitely sand is, आपको जानते हैं कि sand ज़्यादा friction create करेगा piles के surface पर, लेकिन clay यदि है तो चिकना होगा, वो आपको नहीं ज़्यादा वो negative friction create करेगा, नीचे की तरफ friction create करेगा. So negative friction will work in downward direction, positive friction will work in upward direction. The question is also asked, what is the negative screen friction? So you can see, suppose the clay is at the ground, suppose at the site, where we are going to install the pile. Suppose the clay layer is there up to 3 meter, and above, below that sand layer is there. So this portion is not going to help. That means this portion is going to create negative friction. That means here the friction will not work in upward direction. So this frictional resistance will not going to work along the periphery of the pile. Hence, this length up to here, this will not take the load of the structure. The frictional resistance will not be counted here, will not be considered. Similarly, suppose the sand layer is on the top, and this is the ground surface, and this is the clay layer is there. So this part is also going to create the negative frictions, and this part will going to create the positive friction. तो टोटल लोड जो फ्रिक्शन के चलते होना चाहिए वो क्या होगा, यहाँ से यहाँ तक जो फ्रिक्शन लगना चाहिए उसमें तो इतना को माइनस करना पड़ेगा हम लोगों को, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So this is written there for two condition, figure A के लिए और figure B के लिए लिखा हुआ है यहाँ पर. So now suppose you are going to, or you can say that you have already found out the values of Q is equal to QP plus QS. So QP is nothing but the load carried at the tip of the pile or at the base of the pile, and QS, suppose QS is the load taken by the friction resistance along the periphery of the pile. Suppose it is like that, Q is like this way. But if negative skin friction is going to work, in that case, Q dash U we can write this Q minus QNS. NSF means negative skin friction. तो ये वैल्यू जो हमारा नेगेटिव वाला जो वैल्यू आएगा फ्रिक्शन का, वो टोटल वैल्यू में से क्या करेंगे, माइनस कर देंगे इसको. दिस इज द एक्चुअल लोड विच इज गोइंग टू बी कैरिड आउट बाय द पाइल, वी कैन से. So these are the nomenclatures: negative screen friction, Q dash net ultimate load, how much the load is going to be taken, QP is the load at the base of the pile, ultimate failure load, QE total load, we can say total load also we can say, QS is shaft resistance of the piles. But sometimes the civil engineers or the geotechnical engineers, what they used to do, suppose आपका ऊपर लेवल में 2 मीटर तक क्ले है और उसके नीचे सैंड है, तो क्या करते हैं कि ऊपर का एक स्लीव पहना देते हैं उसमें, वो ऊपर से एक्सप्लोरेशन करते हैं, सॉइल एक्सप्लोरेशन करते हैं, उसे पता चल जाता है कितने दूर तक क्ले लेयर है. तो क्ले लेयर का फ्रिक्शन डेवलप करने के लिए what it is written here, negative skin friction can be eliminated, can be removed, can be eliminated by providing a protective sleeve or a coating for the section which is surrounded by the setting soil. मतलब ये हुआ कि वहां पर वो फ्रिक्शन को, उस पाइल्स को क्या कर थोड़ा रुखड़ा बना देते हैं, थोड़ा सा रुखड़ा बना देते हैं ताकि क्ले भी है तभी तो कुछ तो हमारा नेगेटिव स्किन फ्रिक्शन तो कुछ तो हमारा मिनिमाइज हो जाएगा. तो ये कुछ प्रोटेक्टिव मेजर्स जनरली they used to consider to minimize the negative skin friction. So we discuss about this topic today.